mga architect. Gusto ko lang malaman kung ang renovation ba sa bahay, mga 10 years or 20 years na mula sa pagkakabuild. At follow-up pa isang question, ang talent fee o professional fee ba ng mga architect base sa halaga ng bahay na itatayo? Yan lang.
Meron tayong mga types of renovation eh. Pwedeng interior renovation lang, kung saan yung interior lang ng bahay. Pwedeng additional floors or extension. So, depende dito kung anong gusto nyo gawin. Kung additional floors, i-consider dito yung mga structural elements ng existing house. Kung yung existing structure is nakaabang for like second floor, third floor. Kapag naman extension, depende rin sa floor area and sa type. So, mas maganda kung renovation, pwedeng magpa-design kayo for interior design, kulob lang. Pero kung kasama yung exterior na additional, exterior design.
Pero ilang years dapat? Then after 10 or after 20 years ng build-up ng
depende po sa inyo kung kailan nyo po gusto eh. Pwede po after 5 years or after 10 years. Or kunya may mga repairs na gagawin. Ang professional fee will be depending on kung gaano alaki yung scope ng floor area.
And so, base sa floor area?
Yes.
Hindi yung talaga yung halaga ng bahay lang ng bahay.
Yes po. Then kung anong type po ng renovation yung gagawin.
Okay, yun na lang. Standard ng ano. Anong tips ang may bibigay nito sa mga bago pa lang ng tatayo ng bahay?
Yeah, una lumapit po kayo sa professionals. Hindi naman nila kayo papabayaan. At least may guide po kayo na tumutulong and may license po sila. Kapag magpapagawa tayo ng bahay, malaking halaga pong i-aanap natin. So at least, meron po tayong mahahabol. Just to be honest lang po, kailangan meron po tayong may liable eh. Professionals like architects, 15 years silang may liability for the design and the construction that they make. So at least, pag meron tayong kasanggi na professional, we can always count on them to guide us from the beginning. So kung mag-start kayo ng bahay, sila na yung makikipag-connect sa mga allied professionals like engineers, geodetic engineer, electrical, structural, and master plumbers. So para mabuo yung house mismo.
Thank you. Isa na lang yung bago.
Kasi architect,
Architect and ano?
Yung pinanggit nyo po kung gaano katagal, depende po sa structure. Like yung reinforced concrete, pinakakilala dito sa atin. Kapag magpapatayo tayo ng bahay, yun talaga, ibibili ka talaga ng bakal, simento, yun talaga yung kilala natin. So yung reinforced concrete po, sabi ng mga structural engineers, mali-reach niya yung peak niya from year 1 hanggang year 18, patibay siya eh. So after 18 years, 20 years, nag-ano siya, nag-depreciate na yung kanyang strength. So that's the time na pwede po tayo mag-isip na magpa-renovate or i-retrofit yung structure. So yun po yung isang factor kung ang bahay natin ay reinforced concrete. Pero of course, kung iba namang material po ang ginamit, may iba rin po nandiyan mga parameters na tinitingnan.
thank you, Tita Erlinda. Actually, na-mention ni Architect Danny kanina yung 15-year liability. In architect's part, that's architect's parlance in warranty or guarantee. Ayan. Si Miss Janice Navida, Entertainment Editor of Bulgar.
Hi, good afternoon. Yung first question ko is kay Val and kay Sir Robinson. Una kay Val, sabi nga kanina ni Romel, lookalike mo si Tony Gonzaga. So, it's not the first time na narinig mo lookalike mo si Tony.
Parang 995 na po kayong tao.
So, how do you feel kapag may mga nagsasabi na magkamukha kayo ni Tony?
Okay naman po, I say thank you. I mean, she's a good host pala. I didn't mention pala a while ago, she's such an amazing host. So, to me, it's a compliment that naalala nila si Tony when they see me.
Pero hindi ka ba nape-pressure na to build your own name in the industry? Parang ang hirap kung may kamukha ka, di ba?
That is really, really true. Pero I believe naman that if meron ka talagang unique talent that you can showcase to the world, then slowly but surely, the people will recognize you for who you are.
So do you think it's an advantage or a disadvantage?
I wouldn't say it's either. I feel like it's just there. Pero para sa akin, I would like to strive harder to make a name for myself as a host.
Na-meet mo na siya?
Not yet, not yet.
Okay. Pero willing ka kung sakali na invite ka ni Tony na mag-guest dun sa kanyang vlog?
Oh, pwede, baka sabihin niya tumitingin ako sa salamin, di ba? Yeah, pero yeah, of course, I would love to meet her.
Si Sir Robinson lang. O kasi narinig na namin yung background ni Valerie. Kayo po, can you share with us kung paano po kayo, kaya kayo nag-start sa hosting, and sino po yung mga gusto nyo rin makakollaborate na host?
Wow, first of all, thank you for that question. I don't think I'll get another opportunity to say this, so I'll do it now. But there's a reason why I've been in the TV business since 2001. My very first show was Lakbay TV on cable, if you remember that. But anyway, before going to that, I know how the TV industry works as far as longevity, and to have a show last more than 1 year is a miracle. To get it 2 years is beyond miracles, but there's a reason why iHeartPH has lasted 9 years, entering its decade. Now, of course, you have the award-winning team of TVA production, but of course, what glues everything together is a magnificent host. So I just want to give you your props. Welcome home, back home to GMA, and you deserve everything that is coming to you. Very prolific host. But so I started in 2001, a TV show called Lakbay TV, travel show, and didn't know what I was doing because I studied to be a director, and I went to film school. So I was thrust into hosting because I just happened to speak English okay. So I said, sure, I'll take it. And make a long story short, I went from hosting Lakbay TV on cable to a show called Game Plan on Studio 23, still cable-ish. Thank you for nodding your head. I appreciate that. And from there, I auditioned for a wonderful show called Amazing Race with my buddy Mark Nelson at the time. And I also dabbled in publishing. I was editor-in-chief of several magazines. One in particular was Maxim magazine. And that was a fun journey going into publishing because that gave me my writing chops. So I respect all of you writers here that are here in attendance. I love you guys so much because I know how hard it is to write original compositions. So from there, auditioned for another great TV show called Asia's Got Talent. That was in 2015, 2016, and that was a wonderful experience as a host. And as Valerie can understand, we love to represent the Philippines wherever we are, and Asia's Got Talent was our way of representing the Philippines on an international level. So I may not be an Olympian, but that was my way of representing our country, and I felt we did a great job there. Thank you so much for watching. And here I am. Oh, and then of course, forgive me, and then I did this little show called Ang Pinaka on GMA News TV. Where we guested the great Valerie, or she had her start actually with us a little bit, and 17 years. We did that show for 17 years. I did it for 15. The great Pia Guanyo did the first 2, and then I stole her job from her. And then, so it lasted up until the pandemic. And I thought I was going to take a break, being a homeowner, being a family man, getting engaged, living up in the mountains, but I got pulled back. They said Habitat for Humanity, and let's make a difference in the lives of people with our new show. And I said, all right, let's do it. But can I work with Val? That's the other deal. And they said yes. So here I am.
Yes. Of course, aside from Valerie, sino yung dream mo maging co-host sa isang show?
Oh, wow. Good question. Locally, well, I love the guys I grew up with, the guys that I watched. As I mentioned earlier, Joey Mead is a wonderful host. Mark Nelson, again, is my good friend, and we've just been doing a phenomenal job representing our brand, and I felt that was something that we'd help push out there. Gosh, who else? Of course, working with Valerie all the time is just such an honor and such a treat, and I love watching you grow and get better and better at your craft. So that's also, those are the people that come top of mind. Ryan Seacrest, internationally maybe? I don't know, why not? Yeah, dream big. Steve Harvey, because I know he'll make a mistake on stage just like me, so yun lang, those are it.
Wow naman. Sa mga architects naman, I'd like to ask the 3 architects kasi ngayon yung panahon natin, di ba, uso na ang bagyo at pagbabaha. Oo. Meron na bang mga bagong innovations in terms of designing new houses na magiging flood-free or kaya yung mga floating houses? Kasi may mga nagsasuggest dapat floating houses na yung gawin ngayon. Parang anytime na bumaha, automatically magpo-float na lang yung mga bahay. May mga ganun na bang innovations and technologies ngayon?
For now kasi depends sa location sa natayo yung bahay. For the floating houses, possible siya kung lightweight structure yung mismong house. Yung technology ngayon is in regards to earthquake, kung saan naglalagay sila na mga technology kung saan sasabay yung bahay sa earthquake para masira. Pero as of now, floating house, nagagawa na siya. And nakikita ko nga rin is parang buong plastic na buo yung kotse para hindi rin bumabasa. So, other than that is pagpapatibay rin ng mismong structure ng bahay, yung buong para hindi pareho. Depende rin yun sa pagkakagawa and then sa craftsmanship ng workers. Pero ideally, matibay ang gagawing bahay.
I agree. Regarding dun sa house, at least yung mga sa sanitary, sa water line, at least yung meron tayong proper sewage, yung proper drainage para iwas yung sa baha. Of course, if it depends on the location din, kung yung location natin is flood prone, mag-elevate tayo or gagawa tayo ng other ways. I-help kayo nila architect para i-design na maiwasan po yung baha. And sa waterproofing din, at least very safe yung iwas sa mga leaks or sa mga sa mga drip molds, anything like that. Regarding sa floating house, not sure kung nandito na tayo sa age or sa generation na pwede na yun. Pero hoping rin kami na, of course, sino namang sa mga disaster natin dito sa Pilipinas, mas okay rin na may mga ganun tayo innovation.
Sa mga flood-prone area na din-design namin, either tinataas talaga namin yung ground floor or kaya yung ground floor mismo, ginagawang open lang or ginagawa nilang parking or storage, then yung mismo house nila is nasa second floor. So, depende talaga sa gusto ng clients.
Floating. Siguro na mapapanood nyo sa content creator, international content creator. Meron naman adaptive view kanilang approach sa construction at sa architecture. Meron akong nakita talagang maangat yung bahay. Actually, matagal na rin technology yan ng mga Japanese. Yung Kansai Airport sa Japan. Kapag nag-high tide, maangat yung buong airport. So yung idol natin na si Renzo Piano yung design, Italian architect. Pero sa Philippines, wala pa akong na-encounter. Kaya ang unang-unang tinatanong ko sa client kapag nakita ko na medyo bahain yung area, tinatanong ko siya kung talagang gusto mo ba talagang ituloy ito? Kasi lalo na bandang Antipolo, projects ako dyan sa Mayamot, talagang binabaha po sila hanggang bubong. So ang question ko sa owner, gusto mo ba talagang ituloy ito? Kasi magastos to. Kasi itataas ko yung floor level doon sa pinakamataas na level ng baha sa history, which is bubong. So kung gusto niya talaga, i-design natin naka-stilts or yung ibaba, whether siya ay parking lang, utilitarian, use ng spaces, tapos sa taas siya titira. Pero kung gusto niya ng ibang options, mas dinadala ko siya doon. Whether lumipat or bumili ng property, ibig siya.
Parang showbiz.
Nako.